and welcome to episode 97, I believe, of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have some really fun projects to share with you guys, as well as a design that I have made a lot of progress on this week, and that has felt so good. Yeah, I'm really excited to share that with you. It has been a really challenging design, but it's going great, and that is completely exciting. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. Today is Sunday, March 20th. I cannot believe it's already the 20th of March. I believe it is actually the first day of spring, if I remember correctly. So happy spring. It is a gorgeous day outside. I'm really excited to get out there as soon as I finish recording. That is the plan. We have had some just rainy, yucky weather this week. And we're going to get more next week. So I want to go out there and enjoy the beautiful, beautiful day. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it for this week because I finally have a finished object. So I have been in a really big design kick this week. Lately is what I'm trying to say. And so I have obviously finished some things, but it's been a while since I've finished something that isn't a design or isn't a design that has already been released. So this week I do have an info to share. It is my second pair of my slipper socks, which is a brand new pattern that just released. You can find it on Etsy, Ravelry, and free on my blog, so be sure to check it out in all of those places if you haven't already. I love this design. It is so quick, so easy. I have a full video tutorial here on the YouTube channel. I will link it down below so that you can check it out. It's just a really easy pattern. It features a worsted or a heavy worsted weight yarn, size 8 needles. The pattern is written for 3 sizes, but those sizes can easily fit so many different people, which is really great. These also do not have a heel, kind of because of the slipper sock theme. I just wanted to keep them really simple and easy. This will be a great introduction if you are just wanting to dip your toes into sock knitting. If you haven't done it before, this would be a great place to start. So they're worked cuff down. They have a 1x1 ribbed cuff, and then you literally just knit and knit and knit until you reach the toe, which is a rounded toe. So I love these. Like I said, they're so quick to make. This is my second pair. I am already itching to cast on another pair. They're just the best. I think it's going to be a really fun Christmas gift idea too for the Christmas season in December, obviously. So I am definitely looking forward to doing that. I'm excited to just learn how to size them, appropriately for different people. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The yarn that I used for this specific pair is Knit Picks Muse hand painted in the colorway Pride Speckle. I kind of like knit these with St. Patrick's Day in mind, with March in mind. Things are starting to bloom again. The grass is turning green again. Obviously, St. Patrick's Day, the color theme is green. So I just thought it'd be a really sweet idea. Sweet might not be the right word. Fun idea. However, when I actually had that thought, my plan was to finish them, knit them, post about them on St. Patrick's Day. And then I realized that St. Patrick's Day was not Saturday, yesterday, the 19th, and it was instead, I think, the 17th or something. So that plan completely backfired, but that's okay. It totally doesn't matter. The point still came across, and I think they're really fun, and I've already worn them. I wore them yesterday. I wore them to take pictures and proceeded to get them wet, so then they had to dry. But anyways, they're really fun. So much fun to knit. These are really the perfect project for watching a movie and knitting, or a good show, or reading a book, or going on a walk. I actually did a reel on Instagram on some things that I do while I'm knitting or crocheting earlier this week, and I was working on these socks as I filmed that reel. So definitely check that out over on Instagram if you're curious. It'll just kind of give you some ideas of just some ways that you can multitask while knitting if that's something that you enjoy doing. Definitely for me, I do. I'm always doing something else while I'm knitting. If I'm ever just sitting and knitting in the quiet, it should be a concern, most likely, because that's just not how I typically do it nowadays. But anyways, I love these socks. They turned out great, and I'm definitely excited to cast on a new pair. Again, I will link that pattern down below in the full video tutorial so that you can check it out if you haven't already. And thank you so much to everyone who already has. Successful pattern release days are just amazing, and I don't take them for granted at all. Okay, so that is the only finished object that I have to share this week. I actually did finish my knit crate project for this month, but I'm going to wait and share that for this month's unboxing video, which will be coming out later in the month. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'm having a lot of fun with knit crate this year, and I already love March's box. Like, I got it in the mail recently. I'm really excited to film the video. It's definitely my favorite box so far, so I'm really excited to film that video for you guys. Okay, that's it, like I said, for FOs. Let's go ahead and hop into works in progress. Okay, I have 2 whips to share this week. One is new. One is actually old, but it's something that I haven't showed in a really long time, or possibly ever. And I thought it would be fun to talk about it today. So, my first work in progress is a new pair of socks. I really like having a pair of vanilla socks on the go. It's just really nice to have a project that is always there, always ready to be knit on, always at a place where I can knit on it without thinking. It is just so nice. So I'm definitely getting better about always having a project like that on the needles. And this is that current project for me. So I'm using this yarn, which I have never used before. It is Premier Cotton Collage. This yarn is 46% cotton, 33% superwash merino wool, and 12% polyamide, which is basically nylon. I purchased this yarn from Hobby Lobby, but I believe, actually, this was a gift for me. So, you know, the person who bought this for me, which I think was my mom, got this from Hobby Lobby. It says Premier on it, and it's from Premier Yarns. I can't talk. So I'm kind of assuming that you could also buy it from there online, maybe. I haven't looked into that myself. I just noticed that when I was looking at the label yesterday. So I thought I would mention that if that would be something that you are interested in. Little Hobby Lobby tip though, all of their yarn goes on sale for 30% off. I think it's once a month now. It used to be like, they used to not have it, and then it used to be like every other week for a while. Now I think it's just once a month. But definitely just hold off and wait until that sale happens, because it is definitely a great sale. So anyways, I am knitting a pair of vanilla shorty socks, and I'm loving these. So here's what they look like so far. I'm doing them from the cuff down. I'm also knitting a heel flap and gusset, which I will talk more about in a second. And then aside from that, it's just a plain pair of vanilla socks. I am obsessed with this yarn. It is absolutely amazing. I was kind of afraid that it would be a little bit hard to knit with. I just kind of thought it might be a little bit slick or something. It's totally not. It is grippier than I'm used to. And I love that about it. Like, that does not bother me in the least. I really like it. I also love the way that these feel. I think if you are wanting to wear socks in the summer, this just got caught on my nail. If you're wanting to wear socks in the summer, I think this yarn would be perfect because of that cotton. So I have some shoes that I wear all of the time. They're Adidas. I don't know, like, the name of the shoe. I used to, I forgot it. But I wear them almost daily. And I think these are going to be so cute with those shoes, with like the cuff sticking out a little bit. I'm really excited about that little combination. I need to wash said shoes, and then hopefully I'll take a picture of them with these socks. I think that'd be fun. But anyways, back to the heel flap and gusset. So for a while now, I have been wanting to just kind of write up the recipe that I use for a heel flap and gusset, and then post it for free on the blog. That'll be the only way that it's available. It'll just be a source to go back to if you are wanting to interchange the afterthought heel instructions that I almost always knit myself and are included in my all of my sock patterns. If you want to interchange that for a heel flap and gusset. So again, it's just going to be a simple way to interchange that in the pattern. Again, something I've been wanting to do for a while now, and I am just now getting around to it. It's not there yet. It's not going to be there for a couple weeks. I'm going to finish this pair of socks and then possibly even knit a second pair that's like a solid color, just to show off that heel a little bit better. But yeah, that's kind of my plan right now. I'm having a lot of fun with these though. Like I said, it's so great to have a project like this on the needles that you can just grab. Especially lately, I have found that I've been working on a few designs lately that are just a little bit more time consuming, or I have to think about them, or whatever the case may be. it's so nice, again, to have a project like this on the go. I've said that way too many times in this episode already, but I highly, highly recommend it. Okay, so that is, also, just if you're curious, this colorway is called Circus Multi, and it is self-striping a little bit, which I was totally not expecting, but it's so stinking cute. I think I have another skein of this yarn, maybe. If not, I'll definitely be getting a skein. I think I might have some that is similar to this, but not exactly the same. So I'm excited to continue knitting socks for sure. Okay, my other work in progress is my scrappy blanket. So I have a couple scrappy blankets in the works right now, and I am wanting to finish them. I am wanting to get them back out, find their bins, and work on them because I've missed working on them, and I am just loving blankets right now. I want to make so many, but I'm trying to limit myself to one blanket design at a time, which I'm working on one right now that I'll share in Design Talk in just a minute. And as soon as I'm done with that one, I already have my next one planned. And it's something I've been wanting to make for quite a while now. So I'm very, very excited to finally get around to that. But here is my scrappy blanket. So, I mean, I really can't talk about the yarn that I'm using. It's just scraps from lots and lots of different yarns. Lots and lots of different companies, names. Like, I just don't even remember them all. At all. Actually, I don't. But I really like this blanket. Let me know if you would like the pattern written up because it is super simple. It's the same stitch as my Nutcracker Cowl pattern if you are familiar with that one of mine. I could easily write this up and then post it as a free pattern on my blog and Ravelry and then as an inexpensive PDF on Etsy. You just can't post anything for free on Etsy, just for the record, so that's why. That's why that is. It's also almost pointless to do it for like the 20-cent listing fee because then you are literally paying more than the other person is to. Anyway, I don't love Etsy. Let's just put that out there. I don't love Etsy, but it's okay. It's okay. It's good to have, patterns on different platforms, of course. I could go on a really big tangent with that, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that right now. Anyways, here's the blanket. I'm just doing the V-stitch. It's been a lot of fun. I love this stitch. It's one of my favorites, especially for blankets and big, just garments and accessories like this. It's also very rhythmic, which I love. I love when you can get into the rhythm with a crochet stitch or a knitting stitch. It's so fun to me. So yeah, it's not huge right now. This is the width. The foundation chain that I did was going to be the finished width. So that part is at least done. The length is not done. I want it to be at least as tall as I am, which I am 5'1", so, 60-ish inches. I definitely want it to be at least that long. I might do it longer, as long as it doesn't look wonky, because it's not the widest blanket. It's, not quite. It's probably 50 inches wide. So 50 by 60 is kind of my goal. It's kind of my goal for most blankets that I make. So yeah, anyways, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I haven't done much at all, but I don't think I've ever shared it on the channel, so there you go if you're curious. I also probably won't share this week by week, but I'll do an update here and there, just because I haven't been able to manage a whole bunch of video filming. I've gotten into a good rhythm lately with posting on roughly Tuesdays and Fridays. Sometimes that alters a little bit if I have, a video that I'm doing for another company, or, a pattern tutorial, something along those lines, but I'm in a very, very busy season of life, so it's really important to find balance where I can. All of that to say, I was doing Scrappy Sunday videos every now and then, and I haven't done one in a while, and so this is kind of my way of bringing that back a little bit, is showing this project to you. But yeah, I love it. I'm very excited to continue working on it again. Okay, so that is it for works in progress. I do have 2 designs that I have put a ton of work into this week, which has felt really, really good. So let's go ahead and talk about those for a few minutes. Okay, so my first work in progress is my cardigan design. So I am designing this alongside Hobie for their Spring Fling Challenge. I am trying to pick it up here, but I realize I am dropping a few stitches. So let me fix those before it gets worse. Okay, there we go. So this is a colorwork cardigan design, and I have officially finished the color section, or the flower section, and I am so happy about that. Here's what it currently looks like. So it's got 2 rows of these cute little flowers in different colors, and then I'm about to do a sea of green, basically. I'm going to do a lot of stockinette in just this green background color, and then I'm hoping, if I apologize for the lighting, by the way, it's going to get kind of crazy because of the way that the camera is trying to pick up these colors. Anyways, I am hoping to kind of fade in this bluish gray color right here. So it's gray, but it has these flecks of blue and white and brown. I thought it would make a really beautiful kind of resemblance of the sky, is my thought. So my plan right now, and this totally might not happen, it kind of depends on where I am in the design once I get to this point, but my plan right now is to do a sea of stockinette. So let's hold it to the right side. So it's work bottom up. So this is the entire back panel, front panel, and both front panels. It's going to be an open front cardigan. So like I said, work from the bottom up. I'm about to do a whole bunch of green, and then I'm going to fade this sky color in with scallops to kind of mimic clouds a little bit. That's my plan. I'm still trying to work around that idea and slitting for the sleeves so that you can leave armholes. So from a design standpoint, still playing around with it. I might not do the scallops. I might not do color work. I might be done with color work. I just haven't quite decided yet. But regardless, I'm going to include this color, and it is going to be the sky, or at least, you know, the resemblance of it, of course. And I think it's going to be so fun. So my idea is finally coming to life. This has been a really challenging design, but I'm finally getting there. It's going great. I wanted to kind of imitate like a spring scene in a cardigan form, and I am so excited about it. I want to finish it kind of soon because I want to wear it since it's spring officially. I really like it. I think it's so cute. I haven't knit anything like this before, and I am really excited about it. So the yarn that I'm using is Hobie Tweed Delight. This is 85% wool, 10% acrylic, and 5% viscose. It's a worsted weight, and you get, if you're curious, 109 yards per 50 grams. So it comes in 50 gram balls. You get 109 yards per ball. And yeah, it's going really great. I'm very excited about this design. It's finally coming along, and I'm definitely looking forward to sharing more of it with you guys. My hope for this week is to finish that green section. I keep dropping stitches. And yeah, that's my hope. And then just to get to that gray section would be great. And then I'll move along to the front and the sleeves. And that's the plan. It's going really well. Okay, my second design that I'm working on is the blanket. The same blanket that I have been talking about for a few weeks now. This is going to be a motif or modular blanket. I am working on a whole bunch of squares right now, and then I will seam them all together. So last week I showed that I finished all of these pink squares. It's going to be 25 total squares, 13 of this darker pink color, and 12 of this color. So I have all of these done, and I've been working on these this week. I've done about a square a day, which is really great. It's been fun to just kind of have that little goal to accomplish each day. And so far, I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, I think today would be the 7th if I made one today. So, anyways, here's what they look like. I really like them. I really like it in contrast with this color. I think it's going to be a really pretty blanket, and I'm excited to see it come together. So that's kind of the little update on that. I am using Hobie Mega Ball, which honestly, I'm not really sure I would recommend this yarn. I have had a lot of issues with it tangling. I think I want to do like a full review about it because it's just an issue with huge skeins like this. Tangling is such a big issue. So anyway, there's that little side note. But my hope for this week is to finish the squares. I think I can do it. I also have plans to film a tutorial to go along with this pattern, so I'm hoping that I have the time to get that done as well. Sometime throughout this week. It's going to be a very busy week, so we'll see if that happens. But soon, nonetheless, it will get done. And I am excited to keep working on this. It's been a lot of fun to chug along those squares. Okay, that is it for the design segment and all in all the knit and crochet content. I do have a little devotional that I wanted to just talk about for a few minutes, and of course a life update. So let's go ahead and chat about that. So for devotional this week, I wanted to talk about something that is very, very relatable to me personally right now. It's the season that I am in. Well, I should say, I guess, one of the seasons that I am in life currently. And I don't think many of you who watch this are. But even if you are, or even if you aren't, I wanted to bring some encouragement. So, I just wanted to talk about for a minute singleness and just the season of singleness. And I have been in this season my entire life. I mean, I'm 19, so it is to be expected for some, but I also think that it's common for you to not be single if you're 19, or at least you have been in a relationship. And I've had a couple of instances in the past that weren't relationships, but technically could have led to one, but now is not the time or place to go into those. What I did want to mention today is a Bible study that I did over the course of this past week. I used the Bible app. It was a Bible study by Ben Stewart is his name. I have watched some sermons by him in the past, and they are so good. I highly recommend looking them up on YouTube. I will put a link in the description box below because they are so good, so encouraging. He's just a really great pastor. I really like him. But specifically just in the world of dating and relationships and marriage and everything that comes before that, as a Christian, it's just been really encouraging to listen to his podcast or his sermons. And again, I highly recommend them. Really, no matter what season you're in, I feel like these, or at least pieces of these sermons, could be really beneficial for you. Maybe if you're in a relationship right now that is a little complicated, or if you don't know if it's, exactly the right thing, you could be encouraged by one of his sermons. And so, like I said, I highly recommend checking them out. So I did that Bible study. I've actually since started a second one yesterday. And it's just been really good. It's really important when you are in a season like this. Like, I hope and pray so often, daily, to be in a relationship one day. That is a huge dream of mine. Kind of the starting point of a lot of dreams that I have, honestly. And so I would love for, this season of singleness to not last forever. Would be really, really great. But at the same time, there is so much beauty to experience in this season and so many good things about it. And I am confident that, if God hasn't placed that person in my life yet, if God has not placed me in that person's life yet, then there's a reason. There's something else that he wants me to learn. And so I want to learn it for sure, so that, this season doesn't last forever. But all of that to say, I will link Ben Stewart's podcast, or sermons, down below. And I just wanted to encourage you that if you're in a season of singleness similar to me, or if you're in another season, a season of waiting, whatever the thing is that you're waiting on, maybe it's kids or a relationship or a job opportunity or someone to move or a house or a car, whatever the situation may be for you, be fully in the season that you're in right now. I follow Jordan Lee Doley, I believe her name is, on Instagram, and she is such an encouragement. I highly recommend following her as well. But she has talked about this as well, just seasons of waiting as a whole, through her Instagram feed recently. And one of the things that really jumped out to me, and I might have mentioned it before, because it has really stuck with me, is whatever season that you're waiting on, let that season find you in this season living. So for me, I am currently in a season of working a job that I prayed for so long and enjoying just every minute of it. Being in college, I graduate in August, so this season is closing. But then also running this business of mine. Like, those are three huge things that I prayed for so long, and now they have been delivered. Those prayers have been answered, and so it's really important to just Focus on where you are right now and prepare, your heart for that future season and be ready for it, but be fully living in this season. So I hope that was encouraging for you. I know I could talk about that for a really, really long time, but I'll keep it there for now. My camera is also about to die, so that's another good reason to round out this podcast, I suppose. Anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. I hope that you are having such a great week and that you continue to have one full of making. I am excited to see what this week holds, and I will see you all again next time. Until then, happy making. Bye.